Welcome to the Tiffany Micah podcast. What we do here is build the strength and courage in you to accomplish your big dreams and goals in your sport. No longer will you feel limited. You won't feel you're not good enough. You won't question whether you will make it, and those doubts will disappear because you will have the competitive edge over your opponents and you'll leave them in your wake. And the bonus is, others will notice. So listen up and take notes because I'll show you exactly how to do it. Hey there, this is Tiff from the Tiffany Micah podcast and welcome to another episode of our anti-Bloodline code. This is actually going to be the last one. Once we're done with this one, we're done, and then I'll be sharing with you some other exciting things to help you achieve your sports dreams. But have you ever felt that you don't trust yourself? And what I mean by this is you don't trust the decisions that you make. You don't trust your judgment when you are competing in your sport. You doubt whether you are good enough to play at the top level. Well, if you don't trust yourself, if you doubt your judgment and fear that you'll never be good enough, this could actually mean that you're disloyal to yourself. So why are you putting out all this effort? You know, you're getting up early in the morning, you're doing those hard training sessions, you're doing the competitions and tournaments, you're attending them, you're competing in them. But why are you being disloyal to yourself? And it really goes much deeper than this. But to be honest with you, by you having no loyalty to you, which really means you have no respect for yourself, right? You're being disloyal. So therefore you let yourself down because you lack the trust. You lack the respect. You lack the trust in your judgment. You doubt. You have this pure doubt. You lack the trust in you. You lack the respect in you. You lack the trust of judgment that you have. You have this pure doubt about you. Now, is that going to turn you into the champion that you want to become? Is that going to turn you into the athlete that you want to become? It's not going to, because it will hold you back. So if you have inklings of lack of trust and doubt that comes up in your competitions and in your tournaments, remember what I've said about your sport. It will always bring up your vulnerabilities. Will always bring up your vulnerabilities because you're putting yourself out there. But if you doubt yourself, you have a lack of trust, you don't respect yourself, it means you're disloyal to yourself. And so what does having no loyalty really mean? Well, it means you're not loyal to yourself. You're not loyal to others. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust others. There is no commitment to yourself. You don't commit to the team. You have no respect to yourself, to your sport, to your coach, to your team, to your opposition, to your family. You're ungracious towards opposition. You have a backstabbing mentality to others. And you're jealous of others' success and you're not supportive. But all this comes back to you. It all comes back to you not being respectful of yourself. So let me ask you this question. Well, actually, let me ask you this first. If you have no loyalty to yourself, how are you going to develop loyalty? How badly do you want to be the champion athlete that you want to become? If you've said, Tiff, I want it more than anything, then we need to become and act like a professional athlete now, not when you make it, right? This is all part of how it's going to help you become the athlete that you want to become. And recently I shared with you a Bloodline code called Unswerving Loyalty, and I broke it down in detail for you. So what I'm going to do here, like I've done with all the other anti-bloodline codes, because we need to know what we don't want and what we do want, and then how we can implement it. So I'm putting in this episode here for you today is the Unswerving Loyalty. I broke it down into detail for you so that I'm not only reminding you of what you've got to do, I'm showing you how to create that unswerving loyalty to yourself. You got to respect yourself. You can become the athlete that you want to become, but you got to learn to believe in you. You got to learn to trust you. You got to learn to be loyal to you. You got to learn to respect yourself. Because if you don't respect yourself, if you're not loyal to yourself, no one else is going to be. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you listen to this episode that I'm going to add on, the Unswerving Loyalty, the Bloodline Code, and dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams. Now, this one is massive for me. Loyalty, unswerving loyalty. Loyalty is absolutely huge for me. It's so important. And the reason for that is that I'm as loyal as what a puppy dog is, like a doggy is with their owner. And I respect everyone until the trust is broken. So you will get unswerving loyalty from me, and you may be that way yourself until the trust is broken. And the thing is once I have lost the trust, to be honest, I'm not going to be loyal to you. And how can that be? And how I see that is that you've betrayed the trust that I've given to you, and I'll be very wary of you. And, my husband, a lovely guy he is, but he believes I hold grudges, and I don't hold grudges. I just won't go down that path of once you've broken the trust, once you've broken the loyalty, then we're done, right? And that's what this code is so important, to have that unswerving loyalty, not only to someone, other than someone else. I want you to have unswerving loyalty to yourself, right? I want you to be able to trust yourself. I want you to be able to not let yourself down, right? I want you to be able to not break the trust with you, right? I want you to be able to respect yourself. So what is loyalty defined as? Well, loyalty is defined as giving or showing firm and constant support or an allegiance to a person or institution. But I also don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying here either. So if you're mixing with a person who is untrustworthy or is abusive to you in any way, shape or form, and what I mean by that is like they're showing emotional abuse towards you, mental abuse, physical abuse in some form, and you believe that you must be loyal to them, then this is not what I'm talking about. There are other elements going on here, and if this is actually happening to you in the sense of your someone is abusive towards you, you don't have to be loyal to them. But I'm not an expert in this area, so please get advice, please get help, like from a counselor or psychologist who deals in this area. This is not my area of expertise. I've lived it. I've gone through the emotional and mental abuse and the physical abuse from someone in my life from my past, and I was always very loyal to them no matter what, no matter how they treated me and so on. And this is not the way to live. So if this is going on for you, even though this is not what I'm talking about in this bloodline code, I'm just going off on a tangent right now, but if this is going on for you, please get advice and please get help in this area, because this is not right, okay? So what I want to talk to you though today about is really the bloodline code, unswerving loyalty, and what it actually means. So With this bloodline code, unswerving loyalty, it's being loyal to yourself and your beliefs. Yet you are open, right? You are open to learning. You are open to improving. You are open to new ideas. You are trustworthy. You have a sense of duty for yourself, your coach, your team, and your family, but for yourself. You are respectful of yourself, right? You're mindful of the respect that you have for yourself. You are gracious towards your opposition, your coach, and their support network, right? Your support network, their support network. And you praise homage to the work that must be done to accomplish the goals, right? So you are loyal to the work that needs to be done to accomplish the goals. So what are the main points here? Well, the main points here are, number one, being loyal to yourself. Number two, being loyal to your beliefs. Number three, trusting yourself. Number four, having a sense of duty, right? You have a moral obligation to look after you. And this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. If there's things that are not right going on in your life, you have a moral obligation to look after you. Number five, respect yourself. Number six, respect all those around you. And number seven, recognize that work must be done to accomplish the goals. It doesn't magically appear. So we need to make sure that we're really got things in place with and have this understanding of what the main points are here in our unswerving loyalty. So let's break this down. I wanted to break this down for you so that you could have a really good and clear understanding of this. So being loyal to yourself. Well, what does that mean? Well, you have your dreams, you have your goals, you are dedicated to accomplishing your dreams. You are dedicated to accomplishing your goals. You devote time and effort towards accomplishing your goals. And you are so kind to yourself. You speak to yourself respectfully. You never put yourself down. You take the time to look after yourself. You take the time to look after your mind, your body, your health. Right? You've got to really, truly love who you are and have the utmost respect for yourself. And I will tell you that in my years pursuing a professional tennis career when I was a kid, and I mean kid like, 19, 20, because when I look back now, I was a kid at that point, but a junior pursuing a tennis career. I wasn't loyal to me. I didn't respect me. I didn't take the time to look after my mind and my body in the sense of my health, yeah, but really I didn't respect myself and I didn't love me. And we want to make sure that, for you to have this unswerving loyalty, you got to be loyal to you. You got to look after you. You're number one, because if you don't look after you, who else is going to look after you? No one. You are your responsibility. Number two, being loyal to your beliefs. If you have respect for yourself, because if you don't, no one else will. If you love yourself, because if you don't, no one else will. And if you believe 100% 100% in you, so that's that complete conviction I was talking about in a bloodline code, previous bloodline code, then you must be loyal to your beliefs. And I'm talking about the beliefs that will expand and grow you, not the beliefs that will hold you back. So if you walk around and you're saying, oh, I'm so bad at this and I'm awful at that and I can't compete in tournaments because I fall apart, then guess what? These beliefs are the kind of beliefs that you don't want to be loyal to. Because what we're talking about here is complete conviction. What I've spoken to you about in a previous bloodline code, having that complete conviction. And what that means is complete, utter belief in you. And this is what we need, and this is what we require here. You believe you can accomplish your dream. You believe that you have what it takes. You believe you are efficient. right? You believe that you're an efficient machine. You believe that you strive for mastery. You become the master of your craft. You believe that you are the champion and you work on becoming that champion every single day. That's what I mean by being loyal to your beliefs. Right? So we need to be loyal to ourselves. Number 3, trusting yourself. Now, trust is huge. And what is trust? Trust is having the confidence, the faith, the belief, the certainty, the assurance, the reliance that it will work for you. That's what trust is. So you trust the decisions you make. You trust the work that you do. You trust the effort you make is not wasted. You trust that even if you make a mistake, there is a lesson in the learning there. Complete trust. You are the one who lives with you. You have to be comfortable with who you are and be confident and certain that the decisions that you make are the right ones. Because if there is doubt, there is a lack of trust. And I can tell you, and I'll share like what I mean by that is having that trust in you. Something very simple. When I was learning to play golf, and I was on a particular hole, I was playing at Coffs Harbour Golf Club. So if you've never been to Coffs Harbour, it's a great part of the world. I was at Coffs Harbour Golf Club is where I was learning a lot of how to play golf and so on. And I was on this particular hole, and I remember, and it was in the back, it was one of the holes between 19 and 27 because there's 27 holes there. But it was one of those back holes, and I remember standing over the ball and I had an argument with myself and I said, Tiff, don't make a mistake. Don't stuff this up. Don't do this. And I was having an argument with myself and I went, you know what? Let's step away for a second. What's going on here? And this was my aha moment that made everything different, right? It changed everything. And what I did was I went, you know what? You're giving yourself such a hard time. Stop stuffing this up. Oh, you're going to make a mistake. Oh, that'd be right. You know, you haven't got your line right. All of these things that were going on. You don't trust your swing. Da-da-da-da-da. Right? And what I decided in that moment was, you know what? I'm going to trust the decision I make. I'm going to trust where I decide to hit this ball. I'm going to trust my swing, and I'm just going to do the best that I can in this moment because I trust me. And you know what happened? I actually hit the ball onto the green, which was incredibly exciting, but it proved to me that if I trusted me, that I could produce whatever it is that I needed to produce in that moment. I trusted the decision that I made. Even if I made a mistake in that was okay. But I decided that I was going to trust me. And that was the thing that shifted everything in my life from that moment forward. So it didn't only happen in the golf side of things, in the sport, it happened with everything. And I started to trust the decisions. I was in a really bad relationship at that time as well. And I was like, you know what? I've got to make a change here. Things are not working here. It's not benefiting me because I didn't respect me. So then I was with someone who didn't have respect for me. So in that moment, making that decision to learn to trust me changed everything. Changed everything. Number 4, have a sense of duty. And what I mean by this is having that moral obligation to look after you. So what I mean here is looking after you in every possible way. It's like I've spoken about just before. Treat yourself with respect. Pursue your goals and dreams. You have every opportunity to pursue your goals and dreams. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. Right? You have a sense of duty to do this for you. Look after your body. Look after the fitness element. Look after the food that you eat, right, that you put into your body. Look after your body. That's self-care, stretching, yoga, meditation, time out, time for you. Look after your mental health. Look after your emotional health. Incredibly important. I'm speaking from experience here. Know and understand that if you have the respect you deserve to treat yourself, then others will do the same. Right? What you see out in the world of how people treat you is how you think about you. So if you think of yourself as nothing, not worth anything, you're worthless, you don't deserve, then that's the type of people that you end up attracting into your life. I had that. I didn't respect me. I had no respect for me. I attracted such the wrong people into my life. And I allowed them to treat me poorly because I didn't respect me, because I didn't think much of me. And we don't want to have this here. We want to make sure that we have that sense of duty, that moral obligation that you have to look after yourself. Okay, you have to look after yourself. Because when I was in that point in my life when I was telling myself I was a failure, I was telling myself I wasn't good enough, I attracted such the bad and wrong people into my life. And I didn't look after my body. I didn't look after my mental health. I didn't look after my emotional health. I allowed them to control me because I didn't think I was deserving. Right? So it's so important that we have to look after ourselves. Respect you. Okay? Number 5, respecting all of those around you. When you have respect for yourself, you find that you have respect for others around you. People around you, you should respect, right? Your parents, they're your support network. Your siblings, they're part of your family. They're part of your life. There's also your support network. Your coach, they are here to help you become the athlete that you want to become. Your teammates, having the respect for your teammates is incredibly important because everyone has a role to play. Fans, if you've got fans, respect your fans. You may have some fans, right? Respect them. Opponents, especially when you get beaten. This is tough. When you get beaten, just remember all that they did today. All that they did today was that they played better than you, and that was just one performance. So respect that performance and learn from that performance. The umpires and officials, they're doing the best that they can in that moment to referee or umpire whatever sport it is that you play. Thank them for doing the job, right? It's being respectful. Number 6, recognize that work must be done to accomplish the goals. And this is where people are all looking for the miracles without the effort. I come across this so much as everyone's looking for those miracles because we're living in a society now where everything has to be done now. But I will tell you, if you actually look at sport, it doesn't happen any quicker. You've still got to go and learn how to do it. Right? You've still got to go and learn how to do the skills. You've still got to go and pay your dues, so to speak, and spend the time in learning how to do that. Like me with skiing, I discovered skiing 2 years ago. I've wanted to ski since I was a kid, I've wanted to learn how to ski, and I've only got to it 2 years ago. Now I've got to do the hard yards with it. Didn't get to go last year. Been this year, can't wait to go again. I'm planning on going again soon. But I have to learn the skills. I have to give the time. I have to respect the time that it needs to learn. It doesn't just happen yesterday. It doesn't happen by the click of a finger. And there's so many people that I've worked with over the years expecting things to happen just because they show up. And I always say about showing up as half the battle, but just showing up is not the answer. There has to be more that has to be done just by showing up, right? Just by showing. I think I've stuffed that up the way I've said that. But there has to be more done than just showing up. And I've worked with so many golfers especially over the last 10 years, because I've been teaching golf, especially over the last 10 years. And they believe if they go and play golf, and that is just get on the course and play competition, that's where the improvement happens. And you know what? Some of the improvement happens there. Some of that happens in performance, but not a lot. because it's the work that you actually do off the golf course. It's the work that you do off the field. It's the work that you do off the court that contributes to the success that you want, because it's the hours of working on getting the technique right. I've talked about in the Bloodline Code of Strive for Mastery. It's the hours of working on your mindset for your sport. It's the hours of working on your fitness for your sport. It's the hours of working on your body, right? Fueling it with the right food. It's the hours of dedication on improving you, learning and growing. This is not a miracle. This is blood, sweat, and you know what? You bet, tears. Right? Blood, sweat, and tears. So you must respect the work effort that is required to accomplish your goals and your dreams. Okay, and that's really what the Bloodline Code Unswerving Loyalty really means. So I'm going to read out the main points for you again, so you have this in your head, that you need to have this in place for unswerving loyalty. But not only that, I want you to take the notes down, and I want you to build that respect in you. So number 1 is being loyal to yourself. Number 2 is being loyal to your beliefs. Number 3 is trusting yourself. Number 4 is having a sense of duty, that moral obligation to look after you. Number 5 is respecting yourself. Number 6 is respecting all of those around you. And number 7 is recognizing that the work must be done to accomplish the goals, right? So it doesn't magically appear. That's what we need in place for unswerving loyalty. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode and this Bloodline Code. I'd love it if you could share with me what you like best about what you heard today. If you have a question, come and visit my site, tiffany-micah.com. On the first page, on the home page, you'll see what's holding you back. You can ask me a question so that I will answer it for you. I've got a new segment coming up very soon, Ask Tiff, so I look forward to answering those questions that you have for me, and I will lay out a plan for you on the podcast so that you can get to work and start solving those problems. Also, if you have not yet downloaded the number 1 deadly mistake that athletes make sure you go to my site as well, Tiffany-Micah, that's MIKA.com. Go to that site, download the number 1 deadly mistake athletes make. I don't want this to be you, and make sure you get to work on that, because I'll show you exactly how to build that, what that deadly mistake is, how to eradicate that. So I'd love it if you could share with me once again what you like best about what you heard today. If you've got friends that you know that would benefit from these episodes, I'd really appreciate that if you could share these episodes with your friends. So I hope you have an absolutely awesome day. I want you to dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams. Take care. Talk soon. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to today's episode. If you haven't yet downloaded the number 1 deadly mistake athletes make sure you go to Tiffany-Micah.com and download the number 1 deadly mistake athletes make, because I don't want you to make that mistake. If you can also share with me what you like best about what you heard, where you hear this episode, in the comments section. If you can also share with your friends that you know that would benefit from these episodes, and please leave a 5-star review where you hear these episodes, because I would really appreciate it. Dream big, believe in you, and go after your dreams. Have an awesome day.